Dominic from BMT Spain, and today we talk about backhand slice power, how to get power in our backhand slice. Now, there are two ways to find power in your slice: the cutting or throwing action and the pulling of the hand action. I say more the Federer way or the Djokovic way. So the cutting or the throwing action, the Federer way, Federer starts with his racket more in a 45-degree angle in the moment he starts to go to contact. So he starts here, which is okay, but from here on he will start to stretch to contact, and as you can see his racket will have about a 45-degree angle. Yeah, Djokovic will have this angle or even lower. So he is really stretching to contact, throwing that racket against the ball. So he stretches and throws his racket. You can see this in the slow motion pictures. He starts in a 90-degree angle, going to contact. The moment he hits the ball, he will have a 120 to 140-degree angle, depending on the contact height. If his contact height is higher, he will have more than 120-degree. If the contact is lower, he will have more than 140-degree, but he keeps going to that 160-degree. So this is the throwing action, the cutting action that Federer makes, and because he makes that cutting action, his finish is also lower. People say, yeah, but Federer finish is lower. It's because the way he goes to contact. The deceleration of the backhand slice of Federer is earlier. So right after his throwing action, yeah, his deceleration already starts. That's why Federer stops more here. So you will see the difference with Djokovic. Djokovic is pulling the hand down. Now, how does that work? So he starts almost in the same way, but Djokovic stretches his arm first, and the moment he starts to stretch his arm, he brings his racket horizontal. And a lot of times he even brings his racket lower than horizontal, yeah? Because the lower he starts, the more racket head speed he will have, the more power he can put in his slice. Now, he stretches first. Is also a difference with Federer. Federer stretches to contact, where Djokovic goes with a stretched arm towards contact. Federer has a 45-degree angle, Djokovic has a horizontal angle. So, Djokovic starts in this way, and from here on, he goes to contact. And just before contact, he pulls down his hand so that the racket can come into the contact. So he's making more like a slingshot movement, and this is where he gets his power. For that reason, sometimes he starts lower. If he starts lower, he has more racket head speed here, yeah, and that's where he finds his power. Now, he pulls the hand down in his slice, and for that reason, the deceleration in his stroke starts later, because you start to pull the hand down here. That's why his arm goes higher up. So he only starts to decelerate at this moment, where Federer already starts to decelerate in this part. So Federer can stop here, but because of the speed, yeah, there's a difference in the finish of the two, but they both have big power in their slice. And if you watch well enough, yeah, Djokovic goes with a straight arm, so he starts to pull his hand down, so the racket comes in that contact. Now, as you can see, my hand started here and my hand is there. So this is one of the explanations why following to target does not exist. Yeah? Even if you have that horizontal movement and you want to throw the racket, it will be hard to throw it. That's why Federer starts in this way. In this way you can throw the racket. In this way you won't have a good contact point. So he has to do something to get that racket straight, and that's why he pulls the arm down. And you will see a lot of times both arms, they go backwards, yeah, they don't go forwards. So that's the main reason why you cannot follow towards contact, because you're pulling your hand down and backwards across the body. So the moment you do this, the racket comes in a spot and you keep pulling down, and that's why you go across the body. So a slice is never forwards, it will always be across the body. Even if you throw the racket or you pull the hand, the two ways to get power in the slice, they will go across the body. One will stop earlier, the other will go a little higher. So get on the court, check out which one you have, or you have the cutting slice, or you have the pulling slice. So thank you for watching, see you in another video.